Story from a hospital bed. Right now, let's go to Ginger.
All right, and we've got the dust storms that blew through with thunderstorms, Death Valley, California. We've got a threat area today in Texas that includes Plainview and Big Spring. Let's get a check a little closer to home.
Are we close?
Turn left.
The weekend thunderstorms with hail in Reno, Nevada. You can see it almost looks like decoration on the patio furniture. That was not decoration. Today, Amarillo, Abilene, Big Spring, all going to see the damaging wind threat. Now, coming up here on GMA, as new college graduates get ready to join the workforce, Dr. Meg Day here with her best advice. Also, your local news and weather
next. So, news that it breaks those out the lockments and these North on my there's no mission this in the long air skip Neil by over my head and the sheriff has on to others and our food I've been on sheriff has guess was somewhat listen to get I've been on him the nurse or nothing.
Over to you.
I was going to say, I wish I would have heard that 20 years ago. Good. Especially on the relationships. Anyway, how about we happily married, because I did do a lot of practice. So, the author of the New York Times bestseller, The Silent Patient, has written an exciting new thriller, Alex Michaelides' new book called The Fury, and we're revealing the cover right now. It's about a reclusive ex-movie star and her famous friends whose spontaneous trip to a private Greek island is upended. Wait for that one. Let's get a check look. Hits bookshelves everywhere next January. Can't wait for that one. Let's get a check look closer to home. All right, let's turn now to summer travel excitement. Now's the time to plan a getaway for you and your family, and this segment is sponsored by Expedia and spokesperson Emily Kaufman, the travel mom, here with some hacks for parents, a friend of the show, a friend of everybody. We are so happy to have you.
I'm so happy to be back. Summer travel season is upon us.
Is it already? It feels so fast, but talk first about technology. Aside from obviously using the internet, what are some of your tips to planning a summer vacation with technology?
Ginger, as you know, it can be over you and your family.
I am needing that so badly, and we are surrounded here by sand, so let's talk about some of the popular destinations like a beach. When parents are thinking about a beach vacation, what should we keep in mind?
Well, summer and the beach definitely go hand in hand, and what we need to remember, we're a nation of overdoing. We overplan, we overpack. This is the most simple vacation you can take. I'm sure you and your kids stay in the same outfit all day.
Yes.
And it's just time to chill and let loose a little bit.
And that's the thing, is we still have sand coming. It makes me happy every time I find a little piece of sand from the last vacation. What are your travel hacks for beaches?
When it comes to finding ways to stretch your travel dollar and making it more relaxing, go through the amenities that the hotels offer. There might be a kitchenette or a complimentary breakfast, maybe even a balcony that mom and dad could sit out on and enjoy a glass of wine when the kids go to sleep.
So thinking of a worry-free vacation, cruises are maybe good for a family. What do you tell parents to do when it comes to booking that cruise?
The cruise lines are more catering to families than others. So make sure you're choosing one that really truly has kids programming, water slides, kids entertainment, and lots of family activities to ensure that you and your family are on the right sailing.
Although I'm all over the water slide myself.
Oh, me too. Have you seen my
yes,
social media?
Yes, I've seen your social media. Let's do a cruise hack then.
A great money-saving tip when it comes to a cruise vacation is to book during wave season. This takes place from January to March. It's where you can get 2-for-1 deals, upgrades to different cabins, and you can plan ahead and take a look January to March.
Now, when I go on my social, speaking of it, a lot of people are doing abroad. They're going international for their summer vacation. So what do you tell parents if they're thinking about making that big jump?
You're absolutely right. International travel is booming this summer. And I believe travel's the greatest teacher. And taking them to a different country where they can immerse themselves in culture, language, and foods is such a great way to learn about the world.
Save me some money if I'm trying to go abroad, though. What's your hack?
Well, it looks like June is going to be the peak time this year. So you want to consider looking into August, and Expedia, with that bundling opportunity that they have, they can help you save by combining your airfare and your hotel into one.
I have not yet finished all of it, but we're going to try to at least get to Michigan, so maybe another year we'll try to do international. Appreciate all your tips so much.
Good to see you.
It is so wonderful to see you. Thanks very much to Emily, and to plan your family summer getaway, you can head to GMA's social media pages for more tools and tips. and we can't wait. Now, coming up, Ashan Singh is here with cricket. It's the world's second most popular sport, and now taking a swing at coming to the U.S. Looks like you got that swing down, Ashan. GMA's Family Summer Getaway is sponsored by Expedia, made to travel.
Always something new.
New at noon.
So halfway through your day, let us catch you up on Eyewitness News at noon.
Breaking news.
From breaking updates to AccuWeather alerts.
Temperatures are not cooperating.
Your midday catch-up. David Navarro, Shirlene Alacott, and Sam Champion's AccuWeather forecast.
Also ahead, we're hearing from the passengers aboard the cruise ship caught in a violent storm.
Plus, the passenger sitting next to the man who opened the emergency door mid-flight, talking about the moment that he jumped into action. But first, let's head over to Ginger.
And Lindsay, our friends in Canada have had an epic start to their wildfire season. They've burned more than 5 million acres. Some recent pictures from Nova Scotia. That is 1,300% of normal. So that is not what they usually do. They usually burn somewhere between 300,000 and 400,000 acres at this point, but they're at 5 million. That smoke will get near the surface here this evening. So New York up to Connecticut, even into Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. You may see some haze. And if you are an asthmatic, you want to be careful because this is going to get near surface. Also, if you missed Manhattan, we also have ozone action alerts. This is not to do with the smoke, but because of stagnant weather from Dallas to Chicago and much of West Michigan. Your local weather now in 30 seconds.
Father's Day is almost here, and Dick's Sporting Goods has gifts for
I'm at an unguarded beach.
Picked up by someone in Boise, Idaho here. I see a little smiley face, right? With the hat, little winter hat. You see? Eyes, nose.
I got to put my glasses on. I'm missing that.
May take me a little longer. Shark Tank's Robert Herjavec is here. We're going to look for that gender in the commercial break. He's going to answer all your cybersecurity questions when we come back.
Verizon.
Coming up here on GMA, why so many women are ditching bachelorette parties and what they're choosing to do instead. Plus, the cast of the Tony-nominated musical and Juliet performing live. Also, Amanda Seyfried here.
Some of the costs. Without them, you're on your own. A bit of a gift and a curse, guys.
Yeah, but it can't come down to the money. I mean, ultimately, it's what's going to give you peace and happiness, Janae. Right? What did you do? Did you have a bachelorette party?
I didn't.
Oh, you don't want to talk about it?
We've played the bachelorette party enough.
Ixnay on asking you the follow-up questions. Let's end up with a Ginger.
I did too. I was like the last of my friends to get married, though, so they were all like pumping and they were all well ahead of me in life. So my bachelorette party was pretty tame. Not tame. Out in the plains, Stratford, Texas, you've got could see some tornadoes in there, but damaging wind primarily. That's western Nebraska. Texas Panhandle, so Garden City's included. But then tomorrow we're going to have the same thing open up because tonight's is kind of later. Through the afternoon, you see those popping in eastern Colorado, too. Let's get a check now a little closer to home.
Hey, what a great performance by the and Juliet cast, but we're not letting them go yet.
Let's get one more song for me. Can't Stop the Feeling.
Ola, thank you so much for that. And Ginger joins us now from Florida. And Ginger, is there any relief in sight from the heat?
Unfortunately, Michael, we're here in Marathon, Florida, where they're having one of the coolest mornings in more than a week. They have had 9 days in a row at 97 degrees plus. That is a stretch. That's why this consecutive cumulative heat matters so much, not just here, but remember this consecutive cumulative heat matters so much, not just here, but remember it feels even hotter, well into the 110s. Look at the heat advisories all the way back through Mobile, feeling like 109 today. Las Cruces, New Mexico, day 17, 100 plus. A stretch they've not done in recorded history. And now that expanded excessive heat watch includes Fresno. That's just today. This goes on for the inevitable future. And it will stay very hot through, of course, when we're supposed to be the hottest, late July, early August. I want to look at this live drone, though, because this is not just about air temperatures. We have a drone with us to remind you that the water temperatures are at unprecedented levels, up to 7 degrees warmer than they should be this time of year. Usually we see this more like late August, early September. Not only bad news for hurricanes that develop, but look at this. Usually, and you get this beautiful afternoon breeze. Real quick look, when you have 94 degrees, there is no movement of air The water temperatures are too warm, no stifling and very hot, guys.
Oh, man. Okay, Ginger, thanks very much.
Stifling and very hot, guys.
Oh, man. Okay, Ginger, thanks very much. Now the new details on the
But first, let's go back.
You know, I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? You got no game. Dude, that's a foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over.
Everybody with a body.
There's a flash flood emergency in western Kentucky this morning. The video from Wingo, where they have been doing water rescues into Mayfield. 4 to 6 inches of rain has already fallen really quickly in just a few hours, and there's more where that came from. Severe thunderstorm watch is also up for the area you see highlighted in pink. Now, coming up here on GMA, we'll talk more about these hot water temps. I mean, this is bath water at this point, and what that means for hurricanes and coral.
Happy kids, he heard the future. And
records, and it's not only on land. Ginger is in Florida right now, where ocean temperatures also a sign of being in danger. Hey there again, Ginger.
Hey there, Robin, marinating their records. But this water is like bath water, and it is warm early. That's the big deal. Look at this drone video from the Keys. Not only with water temperatures 4 to 7 degrees above average for this time of the year, is that super fuel for any hurricane that comes to the coral reef. We're going to be out with a coral reef urgent rescue today, because as that bleaches, that's what protects them from surge. A quick look across the nation. You've got those heat records still falling from New Mexico. Reef urgent rescue today, because as that bleaches, that's what protects them from surge. A quick look across the nation. You've got those heat records still falling from New Mexico through Arizona, and now an excessive heat watch to Fresno. Guys?
Well, Ginger, I want to ask you something, because I really appreciate your passion in covering this. But how do you respond to folks? Because I got some tweets that people are saying, it's July. Of course it's hot. Of course we're going to have a heat wave during July. How do you respond to that?
Well, yes, you're right. Summer is hot, and our average temperatures are always the hottest in July. However, when we say we've never seen stretches of 10, 12, 15, 20 days, depending on 3 days in El Paso, and there's no end in sight, that's when this is not typically July.
I knew you'd have the answer. Okay, Ginger, thank you. Michael?
All right, thank you, Robin. Now to a new report from Johns Hopkins estimating 11% of roughly 20 million.
And let's get a check a little closer to home.
Good morning at 8:22. We're watching
Keith Urban, Carly Pierce, Luke Cohen, summer's hottest collaborations. Come on! Dirk Bentley, Elle King, and Lainey Wilson host CMA Fest tonight on ABC and stream next day on Hulu.
Not only are we on track to see the hottest July on record from Africa, which happens often, but it's going to be concentrated enough that it will keep the chance for rain to nearly zero. You'll get that dirty sky that'll give you some really colorful sunrises and sunsets, which happens often, but it's going to be concentrated enough that it will keep the chance for rain to nearly zero. You'll get that dirty sky that'll give you some really colorful sunrises and sunsets, but also it just can trap heat, so it'll get even hotter going through Saturday. Now, looking at western part of the country, where we've not been talking about wildfires until this week when they started up in Oregon, Northern California, the smoke drifting over Fresno as well. So we're keeping an eye on all of that. That's the big picture. Let's get a check now. A little closer to home.